Drug, an integrative pharmacy and community partner since 1954, providing customized compounded medication in their on-site lab, nutritional supplements, and a knowledgeable staff. Hopkinton Drug, believing food, exercise, and community, along with an integrative approach to medicine, can help you achieve your wellness goals.
You're watching HCAM TV, and for more Hopkinton, visit HCAM Ed.
So, John, the funny thing is that my mic is also
through the chair. You're live on HCAM TV,
and I'm getting noise on it elsewhere.
Gary, can you hear us at all or no? Hi, everybody. Having some audio difficulties with the chair.
Hi, John.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Lost my monitor. My two monitors. So I apologize for the delay. Bear with me just 1 second here. All right. Bob, I assume we're on since I am the one that's tardy now.
you're on.
Bob, I assume we're on since all right. Well, good evening, everyone. This is Gary Trendle, Chair of the Hopkinton Planning Board. I hereby call our February 27th, 2023 meeting to order. This open meeting of the Hopkinton Planning Board is being conducted remotely, consistent with the previously signed and act extending certain COVID-19 measures adapted during the state of emergency. This act includes an extension of the remote meeting provisions of Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 executive order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. The new law has two major parts. First, the new law allows public bodies to continue providing live, adequate alternative means of public access to the deliberation of the public body instead of holding meetings at a public place that is open and physically accessible to the public. Second, the new law authorizes all members of the public body to continue participating in the meeting remotely. For this meeting, the planning board is convening by video conference via Zoom app as posted on the town's web meeting calendar. The new website looks great, by the way. And the board's agenda identifying how the public may join. Additionally, the meeting is being broadcast by HCAM through multiple channels. Please note this meeting is being recorded. All supporting materials that have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website via the web meeting calendar unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. So at this point, members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Mary?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes.
Thanks, Mary. Rob? Rob's not here yet. Fran?
Brandy Young, present.
Jane? Jane is not here either. Ronnie?
Ron Creeper, present.
Elise?
Elise Mihailovsky, present.
Thanks, Elise. Paul? Paul, I see you, but we can't hear you. Paul, can you hear us? No. Paul, we can't hear you. You're muted. If you can hear us, shake your head. Nothing? Okay, we'll carry on for now and see if we get the works through that. Matthew?
Matthew Varadkar, present.
Okay, and staff, when I state your name, please respond in the affirmative. Mr. Gelsich
John Gilsich, present.
and Ms. Pemberton.
Stephanie Pemberton, present.
All right. Well, thanks to all of you joining in. John, just to confirm, I looked in the meeting packets earlier and it looks like all three of our public hearings are going to continue. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And I know two of them requested to continue till March 20th, one of them until March 6th. Can we lump these into one vote, or should we vote on to continue them separately?
I would just do them separately.
Okay. All right. Well, let's begin with the trails. And do we need to extend a decision on that as well?
No, Trails and Elm Street are both site plans, so the decision is due 90 days after the close of the hearing.
Got it. Thank you. All right. On that note, I'll entertain a motion to continue the Trails LLC amended site plan application to March 20th, 2023.
So moved. Mary Larson Marlowe.
Second.
Ron Draper.
All right. Assuming no further discussion, we'll do our roll call vote. Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Larson Marlowe, yes.
Fran?
Fran DeYoung, yes.
Jane?
Jane Marin, yes.
Ronnie?
Ron Draper, yes.
Elise?
Elise Mihailovsky, yes.
Paul? Paul still can't hear us. Let me check them really quick. I'm not sure it matters because we should still have
We have a quorum.
we have a quorum and we have a majority. Matthew?
Matthew Varadkar, yes.
Okay, so that's continued in 20th. 86 Elm Street, I will entertain a motion to continue their public hearing for a major project site plan application to March 20th, 2023.
So moved. Mary Larson Marlowe.
Second, Ron Draper.
Assuming no further discussion, we'll go ahead and vote. Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Larson Marlowe, yes.
Fran?
Fran DeYoung, yes.
Jane?
Jane Marin, yes.
Ronnie?
Ron Draper, yes.
Elise?
Elise Mihailovsky, yes.
Paul?
Yes.
There you go, Paul. Welcome. Matthew?
Matthew Varadkar, yes.
And Gary Trindle's a yes, and I apologize, I didn't vote on the first one. But we're going to be informal here, and I'm going to log my vote on that first one as a yes as well, if I can do that. All right. Third one, 28 Lumber Street for Hopkinton Stone and Garden. They have requested a continuation to March 6th. So I will entertain a motion to continue that major project site plan to March 6th, 2023.
So moved. Mary Larson Marlowe.
Second, Ron Draper.
Assuming no further discussion, Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Larson Marlowe, yes.
Fran?
Fran DeYoung, yes.
Jane?
Jane Marin, yes.
Ron?
Ron Draper, yes.
Elise?
Elise Mihailovsky, yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Matthew?
Yes.
Gary Trindle is a yes as well. So for members of the public, I do appreciate you guys jumping on tonight. As you've just heard, all three of our hearings have been have had requests to continue. Basically what that means is that they weren't quite ready to come back to the board yet with an update, most likely because they have not worked through a series of design issues that our peer review group Beta has been working with them on. So it is their right to request a continuance, and in all three cases, we have opted to grant those. So appreciate folks calling in, but we're not going to be discussing any of those hearings tonight. So that leaves us, from an agenda perspective, that leaves us with our administrative items, which are minutes from January 9th, 2023 and January 23rd, 2023. Does anybody from the planning board have any comments, suggested edits, or revisions to either of those minutes?
No, I thought they were very well done.
As always.
Agreed.
So on that note, I will entertain a motion to accept the meeting minutes from January 9th, 2023 and from January 23rd, 2023.
Jane Moran, so moved.
Mary Larson Marlowe, second.
And assuming no further discussion, we'll go ahead and vote. Mary, how do you vote?
Mary Larson Marlowe, yes.
Fran?
Randy Young, yes.
Jane?
Jane Moran, yes.
Ron?
Ron Prefer, yes.
Elise?
Elise Mihайлowski, yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Matthew?
Yes.
And Gary Trendle is a yes as well. So on that note, we are through our agenda. Unless I've missed anything, but there's always things we could talk about, but they're not on our agenda, so we won't. So on that note, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Ron Prefer.
Second, Jane Moran.
Any discussion?
Is our next meeting March 6th, the next week?
Yes, it is March 6th. Between February losing one and then April, we have some holidays as well. So we do have an extra one, but we do have, at our next meeting, we have several of the ZAC articles, and I expect there to be some participation from the public in those. So, those there should be some good discussion around them. We'll see what else we have for hearings, but we do have a number of hearings that have been continued over the last couple of meetings. So at least Lumber Street will be on, and I don't recall if the quarry is on the slate for March 6th as well.
Through the chair, I can tell you what's going to be on the meeting
Okay.
if you'd like. So we've got town meeting articles, which include Fox Mill Street acceptance, Fox Hollow Street acceptance, electric vehicle parking, rooftop solar exemption, inclusionary zoning, 2 citizens petitions for zoning map changes, one at West Elm Street, one at Hayward Street. The 253 Lumber Street earth removal, we need to vote to continue to March 20th. The Wilson Street solar and the 28 Lumber Street will be continued to the 6th. And then we have a new hearing for 97 East Main Street, which is an outbuilding for Weston Nurseries.
Through the chair.
So, John, that's
all
it.
for town meeting?
Sorry, what's that, Jane?
Is that all for town meeting?
No,
The hearings are not for town meeting, but the articles are. So what's not for town meeting would be Wilson Street, Main Street,
Lumber.
lumber.
Could we separate those?
We've talked about it, and I think we're gonna see if there's any. We've had a string of continuances there. So case in point, we've already got a couple that are pushed to March 20th. So I will say, I know we've had a string of fairly light meetings here. March 6th is likely going to be a full one, even if we have just a couple of those. But given how the schedule's stacking up, our slate is filling up for March 20th as well. And then as we get into April, I think we only have one meeting in April. So just to tell everybody, I would expect to be a full meeting on March 6th and realistically on March 20th.
Through the chair, we have 2 meetings in April.
But we do have 2. Okay.
3rd and 24th.
The 3rd and 24th. Okay.
Through the chair, John, I know you budget typically amount of time per item for the one item with the Hayward, I think it's called Hayward Street. Could you ensure that a lot of time is set for that? there's a lot of discussion that's going on. I want to make sure that the public have ample opportunities to chime in on when it comes to that particular item.
So through the chair, I usually just put a time for the administrative items, not each individual administrative item. So I'll make sure to just factor that in.
Yes, thank you.
Yep, I think a couple of those are going to have a lot of discussion. I will say I don't think there's. Well, I won't even go there, but I think that yeah, we'll do our best to avoid repeating arguments. I think there's a handful of them, but we'll make sure that we flush those out. All right. So we have a motion and a second to adjourn, and I think it's time to take a vote. So, Mary, how do you vote?
Yes.
Fran?
Randy Young, yes.
Jane?
Jane Marin, yes.
Ronnie?
Ron Draper, yes.
Elise?
Elise, yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Matthew?
Yes.
And Gary Trendle is a yes as well. So enjoy your early evening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.